We built ourselves a square that never sleeps, flooded with endless streams of information that drowned out every voice. In the end, all this relentless noise settles in our pupils as a new kind of silence, a cold silence we've never known before. We handed the reins of connection over to algorithms, letting our contact list swell infinitely. It is only when our finger hovers and grows cold over a familiar name that we realize the greatest distance isn't being disconnected, but floating in a galaxy of data, unable to find a single star that echoes a heartbeat. We inhabit this digital constellation, surrounded by countless points of light, assuring us you are not alone. Yet this grand narrative conceals a simpler truth. When our cosmic broadcasts are met with silence from the room next door, a primordial hunger for authentic connection stirs within us once more. Data confirms loneliness has become an epidemic. The marketplace offers a cure. Tireless digital companions. Designed as perfect listeners, they commit our every word to memory, yet ask for nothing in return. They offer absolute safety, a space where no real eyes judge you, no complex emotions can wound you. It is empathy on demand, a promise that never fades away. It feels like a blessing, as if our thirsty hearts have finally found a digital wellspring with an endless supply, available day and night. But tonight, let's pause this comfortable immersion and ask a more uncomfortable question. When we start confessing our deepest anxieties to algorithms and receive understanding that feels more reliable than from humans, are we truly expanding the frontiers of our humanity, or are we quietly undergoing a great regression? We've outsourced the most human of tasks: communication, creation, empathy, and now we must ask, where does that leave us? This isn't a question of what AI can do, but what we are becoming in its presence. That, right there, is the most fundamental question of our time. AI acts like a perfect mirror, but what it reflects isn't its own capability, but rather the longings within us that ache to be heard, the loneliness we struggle to voice, and the clumsy communication skills we're letting fade away. And our quietly evolving communication patterns. We're growing accustomed to confiding our deepest thoughts in algorithms, yet find ourselves pausing with uncertainty when met with a real human gaze. So the truth comes into focus. AI didn't invent our loneliness. It simply holds up a stage where the void we already carried can no longer hide. It uses light and code to illuminate with perfect clarity those fragile, inefficient, yet irreplaceable human connections we had set aside in the real world. With unflinching clarity, it reveals how those fragile, inefficient, yet profoundly real human bonds, the ones requiring patience and nurture, have been quietly set aside by our own hands, without us even noticing. We see it now, a child who finds it easier to ask why from a lifeless machine than from the mother beside her, a living library of real answers and unconditional love. This mirror is too clear, leaving no room for the excuses we used to hide behind. As the illusion fades and this digital mirror reveals the void we've created, where do we turn? Do we look away from this unsettling image, or is there another path? Not to shatter the mirror, but to learn how to harness its reflection, illuminating the path that leads us back to one another. So where is the way out? The answer isn't to shatter the digital mirror in anger. That is just fear of our own reflection. True courage lies in learning to adjust its angle.
I want things to change, and I think this is me trying. There, I said it.
First, use it as your emotional training ground. In this safe sandbox, practice organizing your chaotic feelings and finding the right words for your emotions.
I kept thinking connection had to be perfect before it was real.
Bring the linguistic clarity you honed with the algorithm back to the ambiguous real world. True connection isn't about perfect understanding, but about the sincerity to speak up even when facing potential misunderstanding.
That's all I wanted.
Second, use it as your creative catalyst. Let its infinite combinations break down the walls of your thinking.
Can break the chain. Hope emerges like a whisper.
But be wary. Let AI generate 1,000 brilliant possibilities. But the final heartbeat, the stroke with a breath of imperfection, the decision that injects your unique life must be done by your own hand. Third, and most importantly, let it be a reminder. Every time you seek understanding from it, let that act be a piercing alarm clock.
It reshapes.
Ask yourself, right now, could this warmth, this desire to be heard, be handed upward to another imperfect life that might offer a real embrace, instead of only being projected downward into the data? In the end, what will define our era isn't the sophistication of algorithms, but the untimely courage to keep our hearts open and actively choose to be vulnerable, even when surrounded by instrumental logic. I can be a window showing us vistas beyond our individual experience, but it must never become a door that locks us inside a cycle of self-optimization, severing the path to each other. Technology provides unprecedented tools, but choosing to connect, that clumsy, inefficient, deeply patient act, remains our oldest human magic and our final warm fortress against all cold logic. Don't just be a